the mask. I think there's nobody else in the room but me, so I think I'm good. What do you guys think? Good. So
you're good.
We are starting the season off at 9 p.m. Looking forward to it. We're at that time in camp where you collision and block and practice and play against your teammate. And we're looking forward to finding an opponent and playing, 9 p.m. Fox 1 Sports and Fox Sports 1. And so we're excited about it and looking forward to playing a very talented Coastal Carolina team. So, any questions?
Go ahead, Scott.
Cool. Yeah, wanted to actually start with that late kick. Can you kind of talk through maybe the reasoning for wanting to play a game that late, and I guess if there are any benefits to it?
Well, for me, without fans in the stands, it's the opportunity for our players' families to see him play. And that late's a national time slot, and it's one that provides us with some visibility, and I think that's the reason for the most part. Yeah.
And then also just wanted to get your latest thoughts, a latest update on where the quarterbacks are, and maybe how close are you to maybe announcing winner, but feeling like you've got the feel for who is kind of taking that job.
We'll probably go into the week making a decision, and we'll enjoy at some point in time marking or walking our captain out and letting him represent us. So I don't think that there's any real hurry for that. So we'll kind of wait.
For sure. Just to clarify, it kind of sounded like you were saying maybe a good goal would be to go into this next week knowing, or am I misunderstanding that?
Yeah, if you give me I think it's a technical issue. If you give me a little louder volume, it'd be great.
Yeah, sorry. It kind of sounded like maybe you were saying the goal is to go into this next week, maybe figuring it out on your guys' side, or am I mishearing you on that one?
No, we kind of we know where we're at, and we like where we're at, but we're gonna pause and allow competition to fully express itself as we go into the week.
Sam, go ahead.
Hey, Les, another question about the 9 o'clock kick. Is there anything that you do sort of different with practice or other preparation to make sure your guys are ready to play a football game that late?
Yeah, certainly you're concerned about time slots, and we are. We're certainly going to get some sleep before we play, and kind of feel like we'll be comfortable in our time slot. And so the things that we've done in the past have been darken your room, make sure those shutters and blinds are closed, put an opportunity to cover your eyes so that you get some dark sleep, make it cold in the room, and sleep as long as you can. That's kind of the things that we've done in the past. That, of course, we've traveled more from east to west So it may not be as significant. Good answer.
Benton and then Jack.
Hey, Les, back to the quarterbacks. Just what have you seen out of McVitie and Kendrick lately? And is one guy ahead of the other necessarily at this point?
I see leadership. I see out of both guys. I see the ability to run the offense out of both guys. So I think it's probably, as much as anything, a compliment to how hard both of those men have worked. And I think Kieran's done a great job preparing and put him on an opportunity to be a threshold play and performance. So I still kind of enjoy the fact that we'll have two real quality quarterbacks.
And then looking at the defense, just what do you guys need from Drew Prox this season?
Drew was our best tackler a year ago, leading tackler a year ago, and he just needs to play like Drew Prox. One thing about it, he'll know the calls. He'll be more. And he's as athletic as there is, so he'll be ready to play.
And then one more thing I wanted to ask you. Everybody knows about Puka. What can you tell us about Belton Gardner and what you guys might expect out of him this year?
Yeah, Belton is a little stronger, a little more kind of a very elusive guy. So we look forward to him. He's going to give us an opportunity and besides Puka magic, we'll have Belton will play extremely well. And it's a wonderful advantage to your team to put some very fresh legs in it, running back, so that they get to see our best.
We'll go Jack, John Kirby, and then Kevin Romery.
Hey, Les, I was just wondering, what would you say are the advantages and then also the disadvantages to playing with no fans for that home opener?
The advantages are medical entirely, and with the idea that they want the Kansas medical here in this state. They want to make sure that things are safe for the people that play. And so the opportunity for them to say, okay, listen, we're going to remove the fans. We're going to see how this thing looks. We're going to see if anything catastrophic happens due to something. And I mean, it just seems like it's the right thing to take the field in the first game in the booth, be home, but still just waiting to see if it appears to be safe, then let's take that next step and let's, if there is an opportunity to get fans at that point, then great. If not, we'll still be an opportunity to be on television.
And then I know you brought him up a few weeks ago, but I was just wondering if you had an update on Corian Harris and if he plans to be playing on the team for that Week 1 game.
Yeah, Corian is still has to deal with some things that he's trying to get behind, which is good news. Everything that they've asked him to do, he's done and done extra. So we're optimistic that he may be with us. So.
All right, we'll go John Kirby, Kevin, and then Jesse, and then we'll have to turn it over to the players here pretty quickly.
Yeah, Les, I've got two questions. The first is if there's a pretty tight battle at quarterback, do you plan on possibly using both of them in week one, or would you want to really just try to stick with the guy who wins it in your mind?
I think the advantage will be with the guy that we put on the field, and that kind of stay that way. There's some opportunities for us to play both quarterbacks, but I don't know that that's necessarily in the works at this time.
And then my other question is, last time we talked to you, I think the offense had gotten the better of the defense. How's the scrimmages gone, and what have you seen from the defense?
The defense really answered, and anytime you play in a camp versus your own guys, I mean, there's, okay, I got you. You got me that time, and then pang, and we saw some nice hits and some really good defense from DJ and that Jayhawk defense.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Hey, Coach. Obviously no fans there, so it's going to feel different. But will some of the other things that are traditional be normal? I mean, will the video screen be playing? Will they do the lineups? Will they do the replays for you guys to see up there? And I assume you'd want to encourage everything else to be as normal as possible, or will this be a totally different feel and they won't kind of do those things?
Here's the thing. One, if you just think about what's happened to this football team, and for that matter, our opponent's football team, it's been, we're going to go, we're not going to go, we're going to go, we're not going to go. And we're shutting you down. We'll shut you down again. And then we're ready to go, and we'll shut you down again. And that's possible. And those are probabilities. But the opportunity for us to play, and to play in the booth, and to play a good football team, we don't care if they bring any fans. And mom and dad can still watch on television. In fact, a guy named Brando, Tim Brando's, when I was doing a sports thing with Fox, I was allowed to hang around with Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman, and I had a blast. Those guys are professionals. I kind of just came along for the ride. So.
All right, last one. We'll go to Jesse, and then we'll bring in Sam Burt to start off with the players. Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, hey Les. Kenny Logan was mostly a special teams guy last year. What are your expectations for him on defense this year?
I think he'll play several spots for us. He could easily be playing the hawk linebacker, could be in at the box safety kind of guy. But Kenny's going to play. He's going to play significantly, certainly.
Very good. All right. Coach, thanks for the time.
My pleasure, guys.